Look, what I see now is pretty much a kind of two-tier market. It used to be, the north-south divide, and there was a massive disparity between basically London and everywhere else. And for years, London outperformed the rest of the country, and that has not been the case over the last 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah, so London has kind of been left behind a bit in terms of values. The rest of the country has been, pretty okay. And obviously there's regional differences. And obviously people will listen to this and say, oh, yeah, but in my road, there's a house that's been on the market for 7 months and hasn't sold. I get all that, but we can't talk infinitely about specific cases. We have to talk about trends, generics. We have to talk about overall data. So what I mean by the market being split is that it's split in price terms. And I see it very roughly, as sub 1 million and over 1 million. Anything above 1 million, particularly as we get towards the budget in a few weeks' time, which will be on November the 26th, which I'm sure you'll be doing a lot on in the run up to that and post budget. The budget looks like it's going to attack people with more expensive homes and those buyers and sellers. So whether that be through capital gains tax being introduced on sale, whether it be on heavier stamp duty penalties on purchase or whatever, it looks like, a mansion tax one way or the other on buyers, sellers, or both will be applied. And if you add that to general economic sentiment, which is, to some extent and purposes not great when it comes to the perceived stability of the economy now and in the short and medium term. And then you also look at, I think, what government, and without wishing to be too political, but what government has done in terms of, should we just say, scaring a few millionaires away, right? That's just happening, right? So that's not a political point, actually, it's just a matter of fact. All of those things conspire to affect the top end of the market, and therefore, especially in London. So we're seeing a dilution of volume in transaction terms in those markets, particularly London, because of their price sensitivity. And, in some areas, prices at that end of the market are dropping. But then what I'm also seeing, Simon, is that the market below that, I'm using the word is fine, right? I'm not saying it's great and buoyant, but it definitely isn't in the doldrums.